Hello, art people. We are finishing up our conjunction trains lesson, which means we need to do an exit slip so that we can exit out of this lesson and enter into a new lesson. So the first thing we do is always the same. We pick up our pencil and we write our name. So go ahead and write your name here where it says name. And this is a 5th grade lesson, so you guys probably already did that right when you got your worksheet. So we're going to go right to the next part, which is class. Which again, you're 5th graders, so you probably already did this. But it's your grade, which is 5, and then the first letter of your teacher's last name. All right. Now, number 1 says, design a gallery that is perfect for your conjunction train painting. So we just watched a video that had a lot of pictures of galleries and different setups for galleries. So you can draw your gallery however you want, or you can follow my instructions on how I'm going to draw a gallery. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my back wall, and I'm going to draw a rectangle like this for my back wall. You can make yours longer, shorter, wider, taller, whatever you want, because it's your gallery. And then to make this look three-dimensional, I'm going to do the top and the bottom of the right wall. So I'm going to draw a diagonal line going out from the top right corner and a diagonal line going from the bottom right corner. As things get closer to us, they get bigger. So that's why my wall gets bigger as it gets closer to us, the viewer. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So the wall starts at this back wall and it gets closer to us and gets larger as it gets closer to us. So that's why we draw diagonal lines there. So here's our gallery walls. Now we have done step 1. We did a gallery that's perfect for our conjunction train painting. And now we're going to draw our conjunction train painting where it would look good in our gallery. So we can add it on the side here, on the back wall, over here, wherever you want to put this drawing of your conjunction train painting. So I think I'll go ahead and put it on the back wall. So wherever you're going to put yours, you'll of course draw a rectangle because our paper was rectangle for this. And then you can draw a frame to go around this. Any type of frame you want. And then we can go ahead and draw our train. So just make it look kind of like the one that you did in your painting. Okay, so we can write the conjunction really tiny. Draw the train track. There we go. So just a little miniature version of your train painting. And then what other things can we add to our gallery to make it perfect for this? Raise your hand if you have an idea. Something else we could put in here to make it perfect for our train painting. All right, there's a lot of good answers you could have said. If you said add more paintings about trains, absolutely. If you said title this trains, like write trains on the wall so people know what your gallery is about, that works too. You can have little trains hanging from the ceiling, whatever you want. Or maybe it's conjunction themed, so all of your artwork in here says and, but, or, and some letters. So it's really completely up to you how you want to decorate your gallery. But I think I'll put a painting over here. And just like our wall, the diagonal lines need to go up on the top and down on the bottom because that makes it larger close to us and smaller far away from us. And that's called perspective. And I might just draw myself another train here. Maybe there's a little tunnel it's going into. That'd be pretty cute. And let's see. Over here, I could draw, let's see, another piece of artwork. And this could be of an engineer, somebody who drives the trains. This can be his little engineer hat. This little portrait here. There. Just something small and simple. Okay, that's cute. And then if you wanted to add some chairs to the side, or you could put some lights on the ceiling. And again, they're getting bigger as they're closer to us. You can also add some little plaques that have information about the artwork next to them or underneath them. You can have some lights that are above the artwork, just shining a light on them. Something like that. And if you want to add some more details to your room, you are welcome to. You can add, maybe there's a nice rug in the room for the guests. Maybe there's a little security guard in the corner. Whatever you want. You can add people as well. I think I'll add another little light here. All right, there you go. So now we're going to go ahead and do step 3. So you're going to list some of the responsibilities of a curator right here. And all these answers were in the video that we just watched. So can anybody raise their hand and say one of the responsibilities of a curator? All right, so there's a lot of correct answers you could have said. One of them is they pick out the artwork that is going to go in the museum. So we're going to write pick, P-I-C-K, or you can write whatever your answer was, out art. Okay, and I'll zoom in so you can see how to spell all those words. Pick out art, but again, this is 5th grade, so you guys probably know how to spell all this. Pick out art. And who can raise their hand and tell me another thing that the curators are responsible for doing? Okay. If you said they're responsible for deciding what the display looks like, that would be another good answer. So, decide what the displays look like. Okay, so you can write that next. I'll zoom out a bit. There you go. Sorry, the camera's moving. There we go. Okay. All right. And then another answer, you can raise your hand if you can think of another thing that the curator does. All right. And another good answer you could write down would be just general organizing of the event. So, general art opening organization. Because usually when a gallery starts out, like at the beginning of the gallery time, there is an opening. It's like an exhibit opening or a gallery opening, an art opening, and it's where everybody comes in and looks at all the art. And then the art displays stay up for a while, and then they take them down, and then they bring in new art, organize the new art, have an opening for that, and then that stays up for a while. Okay? So now we are on step 4. It says write a sentence and include at least one conjunction about your artwork using a conjunction here. So you can write any sentence you want. Raise your hand if you have a good idea of a sentence you could write here about your art, and it has to include one conjunction at least. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna write, I used blue watercolor for the sky and green watercolor for the grass. So that's an example of how you could write it with the word and. So putting two different sentences kind of together, two different ideas together. You could also write something like, I wanted my sky to be blue, but then I changed my mind and wanted it to be at night. So I used black. You could do that. You could write, I thought this was going to be boring, but it was actually really fun. Yeah. So we talked about a couple classes ago, fanboys, and using that acronym as a way to remember all the different conjunctions. So you can do for, or, nor, that's fan, and then boys, but, or, maybe there's another O. Y is yet. All right. Okay, so that is it for this. If we have an awkward amount of time left at the end of this class, we are just going to color this in. If we don't have time to start our next lesson today. But other than that, we'll go ahead and get started with our next lesson because we have exited out of this. So good job, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.